12. 2B. 9. 2A.
11.
11. 2B.
8.
8. 2A. 40. 2B. 1.
Okay.
First place finish in his first heat. So if you're Jamie Nielsen or you're Dave Billwalk, you'd like to throw 400 points on your side of the tote board. But again, elimination heats, you can't run in the final unless you survive the elimination heat. So if you extend yourself a little too far, that final heat may, well, it may not be there for you when you get there at 5:30. So you want to be the first 4 on the front row of the final, and if you're not on the first 4, your chances of winning are not none, but they're very slim. Even Mike Hansen had extraordinary circumstances in '93 in San Diego when he won in the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, and there were some extraordinary circumstances there. It wasn't like he started in the trailer position and just ran around everybody.
Yeah. We had a gun jump. We had 2 or 3, I believe, boats.
Yeah.
Again, due to salt water. And of course, back then, that was one of those. Salt water affected those turbines a lot more than it does now. They didn't know as much.
Thank you, Madison. You have shown me so much love and kindness.
So I've got the countdown now, so we're at
this will be
6:20.
down to a 2-boat heat because the 11 has scratched for this one.
Oh, okay.
So they have scratched for this one.
I think my finest moment was near rock. They moved the Beatles out.
So it'll be Dave Billwalk and Andrew Tate.
2-boat heat.
2-boat heat.
That's probably my favorite thing. I like to talk about it. Yes, you did do that.
Again, Jeff Bernard with the victory in the GP heat just finishing up. Bobby Kennedy in the GP 35, or excuse me, Ed Preston in the GP 20 with a second. Bobby Kennedy in the GP 35 with a third, and Andrew Tate in the GP 777 with a 4th place finish. We've got, yep, we're ready to go there.
Yep, ready to go there.
Okay.
As soon as the votes go out, I'll hit the button.
Gotcha. Thanks for joining us for Unlimited Hydroplane coverage and coverage of the 2021 Madison Regatta. We are powered by Metronet. Visit metronetinc.com to learn more. You're going to love 100% fiber. That is Metronet. Here comes the count. 5-minute gun, green flag on the course, and both lids have been closed on our participants here in Heat 2A. Dave Billwalk in the U40, Beacon Plumbing. Andrew Tate in the U12, Graham Trucking. And it will be Dave Billwalk that'll leave the pit area first in the U40, a 2nd place finish. I'm assuming now that he has his 2 heats, he will be good to go.
I haven't heard anything on the radio, but yeah, I would think he should be okay to go wherever he wants to.
I would think so. And there is indeed, with only 2 boats, you're not horribly concerned with lane choice, but you are concerned. If you're Andrew Tate, you have 400 points in your pocket. That's great. If you're Dave Billwalk, you've got 300 points in your pocket, which is great too.
Yep.
So what's your strategy? So are you going to go out and run hard? Are you going to go out and run as hard as you can to try to finish? If you finish first, great. If you finish second, it's a pretty good consolation prize.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, you're right. A good consolation. 300 points, you're still pretty good shape.
Both of these guys are racers, and they're going to race. So
Sure. So we shall see as we are at 3:40 before the start as both boats headed to the upper corner.
Up in turn 2 is Andrew Tate and Dave Bellwalk. Bellwalk coming off of turn 2, coming down the front straightaway. Tate going into turn 2. Bellwalk under the bridge and down the front straightaway. The U40 Beacon Plumbing past the Craig Toyota Body Shop start finish line. Had a nice run in his heat this morning, heat 1A.
Yep. He's down in the lower corner.
Memorial, sponsored by Mark and Linda Wells.
Halfway through, and now Andrew Tate crossing the start-finish line.
They'll walk up the backstretch, and Tate going around the apex pin of 1. He'll come off the corner and head up towards Dave Bellwalk. Bellwalk will cut the course around the Grand Prix.
Bellwalk cutting through the infield, back chute to front chute. That is a legal action.
He'll come through.
Yep, 223.
Andrew Tate will go all the way up underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. Here's my spot. Tate under the bridge. Bellwalk through 1 and up the backstretch. So under 2 to go before the start. If Dave Bellwalk decides to slide through the Grand Prix course, yes, he will. He will slide through the Grand Prix course and try to cut in front of Andrew Tate to, well, looks like he's going to get, he's actually sliding outside.
Yeah.
So Dave Bellwalk will slide outside with now a minute and a half to go. See what Andrew Tate decides to do.
He's going inside.
Well, it could be one of those situations of, no, you take it.
Yeah, no, you take it. Yeah. So Tate's going to have the inside spot, but he's going to be out away from the pins pretty good distance. We're at a minute 15 before the start. They're both in turn 1 now. Exiting turn 1 now is Tate. Bellwalk already has. 2-1 mark, 1 minute. 1 minute, and Tate trying to pick up the pace. Still got plenty of time to kill, and I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, they come off the corner with just a little over a minute to go, and now as we hit just about 40 seconds at the bridge, now they may be
too early
with a little bit too much throttle right now. Still got a lot of weather, a lot of water, good weather, a lot of water and a lot of time to get down. Now under 30 seconds to go.
We're down to 20. They're going to have to creep down the straightaway here. 15.
Yep, here we go. They
10,
come under the bridge.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. It's a good start. And it'll be Bernard. It'll be a Bellwalk leading him across the line, headed down to the lower corner. It's Bellwalk on the outside. It's Tate on the inside. But there's Andrew Tate, the shorter way around. Hits a big hole down there, though. Scrubs off some speed. Still looking for Dave Bellwalk. Can't find him.
He's in the rooster tail.
Yep, he's in the rooster tail. You're exactly right. Tate successfully negotiates the lower corner. Halfway up the back straightaway, he's got about a half a rooster tail lead.
He's got about a half a rooster tail lead over Dave Bellwalk as they head up towards the Milton Madison Bridge. It's Tate on the inside, Bellwalk on the outside. Bellwalk trying to keep pace on the outside, get good water and keep the RPMs up. They hit the entrance pin of 2. It's Tate that turns left first. Bellwalk will be right behind. He's just a couple of boat lengths behind now. There he shows his nose as they both come out just almost side by side. It is Tate off first, Bellwalk off second. Under the bridge is Tate. Under the bridge is Bellwalk towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start finish line. It'll be Andrew Tate by now about 4 boat lengths as they cross start finish.
Boats rocking back and forth, sponson to sponson as Tate gets down to the lower corner first. Bellwalk on the outside, lap 2 of 3. There's Tate. See the spray of Vilwalk. Makes it through the corner just fine. Vilwalk swings it wide, keeps the RPMs up. He's now about a rooster tail behind. It is Andrew Tate in the black and white. Graham Trucking with the lead, followed by Dave Vilwalk and the Beacon Plumbing second.
Up towards the Milton Madison Bridge again. They'll come down and take the white flag. It is Andrew Tate that has stretched the lead out to just a little over a rooster tail as they head underneath the bridge. Vilwalk still on the outside. Tate still on the inside. He'll turn left, will Andrew Tate. It'll be Dave Vilwalk trying to close the gap to try to shorten up his turn. He actually comes out a little wider this time, does Vilwalk. He's out in lane 4, and Tate will stretch the lead out as they come down to the start-finish line to take the white flag. It'll be Andrew Tate by a rooster tail and a half as they cross the start-finish line, completing lap number 2.
Ooh, a layer under the boat of the 12 there. Allows Vilwalk to catch up a little bit. White flag lap one more time around as Tate will get down to the entrance pin first. He'll hang it on the hook, so will Vilwalk. Tate will exit one now. Vilwalk exits one now. It's still a rooster tail lead, and Andrew Tate halfway home on the final lap for another heat victory here in Madison.
After the way that Beacon Plumbing ran last weekend in Guntersville, they'll take what they get today, and indeed it's an improved performance from last weekend. But it's Andrew Tate looking to make it 2 heat wins in a row. He's underneath the bridge and up to the entrance pin of 2. Now Vilwalk underneath the bridge. He's about a rooster tail and a half behind. He's to the entrance pin of 2. Andrew Tate off the corner and down the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Tate will come down to the checkered flag and pick up another 400 points. Pending tech inspection. It is underneath the Milton Madison Bridge, the U12 Graham Trucking. And it's the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line for the victory for Andrew Tate. Second place, a couple of rooster tails behind to Dave Vilwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. 300 points for the Beacon Plumbing team. So a couple of second-place finishes for Vilwalk here this afternoon. A couple of first-place finishes for Andrew Tate with another set of elimination heats to go. Tate with the win, Vilwalk with the runner-up position. Again, the U11 was a scratch in this Heat 2A. They are a scratch for 2A only. We'll have to find out what the issue is with the J&Ds, but Jamie Nielsen not able to come off the trailer and make the start. So we'll see what the problem is with the J&Ds, but it was a scratch for 2A only. So the boat's coming back to the dock area. With that, we'll step away, take a break, and come back with our post-race Heat 2A interviews as you listen to Madison Regatta coverage on Works 96.7. to the Ohio River. Let's go back downstairs to Rob Condit. He has the winner of Heat 2A, Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate, he is 2 for 2 here today at the Madison Regatta. Another heat win. Andrew, great run out there once again on the Ohio River.
Yeah, it was fun. First time I've got to race against Dave Vilwalk, so that's a pretty high honor. I never thought I'd get to say that, so it was pretty cool. It was fun. We had a good time.
I noticed when you guys got out of your boats, he came over and congratulated you and chatted with you for a little bit. What did Dave say?
He just said congratulations. That was fun. Good job. And I kind of made the comment, it's a little easier going into that turn, and there's only one other guy you got to worry about instead of the two. So it's tight. It's nasty. It's going to beat the heck out of us all weekend, but so far so good. 2 for 2.
Is the wind still a factor down here in turn 1, or are the water conditions getting a little better?
The wind is going against the current. It's starting to shift a little bit, but turn 1's always going to be gnarly no matter what. When the wind goes against the current, it's basically pulling those gigantic wakes that we're making with the skid fins right back into where we want to go. Lane 1 and 2 it's pretty rough, but you might need to be there come final time to get through that corner, get in, get out, and have lane position down the backstretch going into turn 2.
Another 400 points with the win. How big is that in the point standings for you?
Well, after last weekend, it's nice to come out and knock down the first 2. So the guys deserve it. Rob Graham Trucking, the whole team, they've worked their butts off and they deserve it. And so far so good. I'm having fun, man.
That's good to hear. Andrew Tate, winner of Heat 2A.
Thank you very much, Rob, and a very happy Andrew Tate. Yep, they didn't have the best weekends last weekend at Guntersville.
No.
And got disqualified in the final before the final started. So, off to a good start, 2 wins in a row, and trying to, keep momentum going to the final. You'd like to carry a perfect weekend to the final if you can.
Sure.
Front row of the final, though. That's the most important start of the final at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you definitely do not want to be a trailer, and we can't repeat that enough.
Right.
We, pardon me, you don't want to be there. So 2B coming up. We'll get the 5 to the 5 countdown at 2:30. Jimmy Shane and the Goodman Real Estate, Miss Home Street, the Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly, and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting with Corey Peabody. Coming up again, 5 to the 5 countdown will start in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, yes.
Was on the outside in that second heat. I believe it was even actually the beach section.
So,
He was in 3.
yeah, we are zipping right along. And again, we were talking about if they'll give them, the safety and rescue personnel, any kind of a break today. And the original revised schedule for today, it was every 30 minutes pretty much from start to finish.
Yeah, and apparently we are supposed to have GP Heat 3 coming up at 3 o'clock. Now, I don't see any boats getting slinged up,
Right.
so we might take a small lunch break for safety and rescue
Right.
as soon as this heat's over with.
It's very, very possible that we could indeed do that, and we'll see. But again, thanks to Rivertown Grill at 321 Jefferson Street across from the courthouse. They're open today until 9 p.m., supplying us lunch for today. Had some delicious pizza as we had yesterday afternoon. It was delicious, some delicious breadsticks as well. 812-274-3663, the number to call. And again, Rivertown Grill supplying our food for our broadcast workers for today. Photo op for Andrew Tate going on in the pit area right now as
Imagine Gail wanting to do that.
I know it.
That's shocking.
Andrew Tate shaking hands, kissing babies. Pretty good, personable group of drivers that are in the pit area right now. So,
Yep, exactly.
They know how to promote their sport and how to promote themselves, and being chatty is one of the ways to do it.
It definitely helps.
It absolutely does. So, waiting on the countdown for Heat 2B as the Beacon Plumbing comes out of the water and goes to the trailer. Looks like one to 3 boats in the water, the 3 that'll be participating in 2B. So,
Excuse me.
you all right over there? Good deal.
Went down the wrong way.
That's twice in 2 days?
Yeah.
Goodness.
And I'm falling apart.
I guess so. It happens when you get old. But,
Well,
typically we have a little bit of a break between the end of regatta, or typically we don't have a break between the end of regatta and the Jefferson County 4-H Fair. For us, it's almost a week, which is welcome news. 4-H Fair going July the 9th through the 16th, Friday to a Friday. It will be a busy week, but we've got a little buffer time. We'll be out there from the 12th through the 16th in the food court with the ORX and XGO building. We'll be signing folks up for Reds tickets and Holiday World tickets, and we'll also be giving away, oh, by the way, a brand new iPad.
nice.
Courtesy of Aaron Sales and Leasing on Madison's Hilltop. So, first things first, we've got plenty of boat racing action coming your way, but again, we will have 4-H Fair coverage coming up beginning on July 12th. Had some very gracious, generous sponsors that have stepped in for not only regatta, but our 4-H Fair coverage as well. So waiting on the countdown for the start of Heat 2B for the Unlimiteds. Again, it'll be Jimmy Shane, J. Michael Kelly, and Corey Peabody.
Listening to H1, there was a log spotted. They were going to check on it.
See a patrol boat coming down the Kentucky side.
There's also a boat on the far, almost on the bank
on
over
the
there.
bank over there. Yep, I see that now.
This is a huge race for him. I think he needs to finish his top 2 here. Should be interesting coming up. We're waiting for clock countdown from H1 Unlimited.
So we look at the crowd. We turn around and look at Vaughn Drive. A nice-looking crowd back behind us. Good, thick crowd. We can't see down to the east because our vantage point here is blocked by a temporary wall. So they'll check for logs, and we'll get things rolling again once they get things situated with the safety and rescue personnel and make sure the sweep of the Ohio River looks good. Thanks for joining us here at 96.7 FM, WORX, and online at WORXradio.com. Tim Torrance, Travis Calvert, Rob Connett, Carrington True, Kim True, keeping things rolling here on this Regatta Sunday. This is our third day of broadcast, our third and final day of the Madison Regatta, and after sitting out 2020, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, Regatta Sunday, we set up at the station and listened to the final heat calls from the 19 Gold Cup and the 71 Gold Cup.
Yeah.
We also made note mentally in our minds that weather and water a year ago for the week and the weekend
Oh my gosh.
was ideal.
Oh my gosh, it was perfect.
It would be one of those where you would, if you said, okay, tell me what you want, it's what you would have penciled in.
I want 80 degrees, low humidity, 16-foot river level, no debris, and that's exactly what we had last year.
Got it. Yep, sure did.
I remember coming across the bridge whenever it was we met at the station and looking at the river and thinking, I'm not sure I've seen it this clean in a long time.
Yep, indeed. Indeed.
That's what they call those Chamber of Commerce days.
Chamber of Commerce days, that's right. And certainly a year ago we would have had one, and we kind of made note before the weekend, watch, this weekend will be perfect.
Sure enough.
And sure enough it was, and sometimes it works that way, and you just deal with it and move on. But
what do we say all the time? It is what it is.
It is what it is. You deal with the hand that Mother Nature gives to you. That's what's happened. Looks like the H1 rescue boat, one of them has pulled to the infield. The other one looks like it's going back to the infield as well.
Should be getting a countdown.
We'll get 2 B completed, and then we will, as we do, put names and numbers, and I put numbers in a hat and draw them out again to find our 3A and 3B participants.
Ping pong balls, hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So again, another in what should be an interesting heat coming up with J. Michael Kelly, Jimmy Shane, two old rivals battling it out here again, and Corey Peabody didn't get the start he wanted in 1B, but he could be a contender in this heat as well.
I would absolutely agree with the weekend he had, or especially the Saturday he had at Guntersville last weekend. He's a player. Indeed, he's a player, and if he gets the start that he needs, he can be a player for 3 laps and cause problems. And it's one of those scenarios that we kind of like to tinker with a little bit. If that's indeed the case, where everybody's up and running well, play a little teammate tag while you're out there, or you're just running for yourself until you get to the final. I can't, I'll give you my opinion quickly, I can't believe you wouldn't be anything but thinking about yourself.
Right. And we talked about that pretty much at length when J. Michael Kelly and Jesse Robertson were driving for, back then, Ted Porter, about, all right, do you try to double team? You try to put you in a boat between themselves? You know, it's hard to tell.
Right.
And we're inside 10 minutes before the start.
5 to the 5. So now we start to roll with things down on the dock. For Heat 2B, in case you missed it, Heat 2A was taken by Andrew Tate in the U12 Miss Graham Trucking, second to...
You realize it's a futile effort.
I know. Second place was Dave Billwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing, and it did not start to the U11 J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen. Yeah, that was a scratch for the 11 just for 2A. Here on the judges stand, you play the sun as the day progresses. And you want the sun to not be directly hitting the broadcast equipment, because direct sunlight, like it does from most objects, especially electronic objects, you want to keep it as cool as you can.
We restarted at 5 to the 5.
How about that?
So now we are inside 10 minutes. Somebody must not have their clock ready.
So now we're officially 9 minutes and 45 seconds away until the start.
2A has cleared the tech truck with no issues.
It has been essentially a tech clean for as little as been going on the water.
Yeah, and I go back to last weekend. I believe the only tech penalty we had was Corey Peabody in 3B last Sunday when he messed up.
Right.
And he was disqualified because he had a flagrant fuel flow violation.
Right. Yes.
That's pretty much the only time, I'm pretty sure, all weekend.
Yeah.
8 minutes, 55 seconds away, 8:55 away.
So, 2A is clean, and 2B coming up. The 1, the 8, and the 9. 1, the 8, and the 9 coming up. Teammates, J. Michael Kelly and Corey Peabody, and also Jimmy Shane.
Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, but the big one is the Morgan Foods APBA Gold Cup final heat here at the Madison Regatta.
This heat is the Jim McCormick Memorial.
Heard that just a little bit ago. Heat 2A was former Madison, in memory of former Madison Mayor Damon Welch, who passed away 2 years ago.
28 years old. Being able to watch the APBA Gold Cup for the very, very first time.
31-year-old Jimmy Shane, 42-year-old J. Michael Kelly, and 42-year-old Corey Peabody. I should know Peabody and Kelly are the same age. They went to school together.
Pardon me, yes. Same age as my brother.
Yep. Well, we are starting to get down to crunch time here for Heat 2B.
Coming up on 7:20 before the start.
4.2 gallons of gas can flow into that turn in the first minute when the boats are out on
They start to clear the protective sun, the sunglasses, if you will, off the cockpit of the Pinnacle Peak Consulting of Corey Peabody.
in a 6,700-pound racing boat, 28-foot length, 14-foot wide. You have to know what is going on at all times.
They're getting ready to close the lid on Corey Peabody as the countdown continues. 3-boat heat.
6:40.
A lot of work on the Grand Prix going on down below us.
It is a tough thing to do.
They'll come up with their additional heats coming up in just a bit.
I said, here, watch this. And they watched it. They realized, oh, yeah, they couldn't just get in there and strap in and drive.
Rob Connett downstairs got something for us. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Tim, talked to crew members of the U11 as they scratched in Heat 2A. They said it was a sponson that was damaged in the first heat race earlier this afternoon, so the team is grinding, trying to fix that sponson. They're hoping they will still be good for the final later today.
All right, thank you, Rob, very much. If anybody can do wonders with a grinder, it's Scott Rainey.
Scott Rainey.
So,
yep.
Yeah, they're going to try to get things ready to go for the final. May not see them out in the third section.
Obviously, that wasn't an issue with any contact. It could have been hit a hole, could have hit a piece of debris. Not 100% sure on that, as we're at closing in on 5.5 now before the start of 2B.
Umbrella comes off of Jimmy Shane. They'll close the lid on him. Umbrella's off Corey Peabody. They'll close the lid on him.
Lid already closed on the 8.
Yep.
J. Michael Kelly.
15. We'll now hear from Howard Shaw with H1 Unlimited.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 5 minutes and green flags on the course, and here we go.
Here we go indeed.
Jimmy Shane. J. Michael Kelly moving. And Corey Peabody moving. Everybody headed toward the Ohio River for the Jim McCormick Memorial Heat 2B. Kelly gets up on plane. J. Michael Kelly, or Jimmy Shane up on plane. J. Michael Kelly already on plane. Corey Peabody trying to do that. Pardon me now. Excuse me.
Well, as always, this 5-minute warm-up period will be rather interesting to see.
Yeah, well, we know we talk quite often about J. Michael Kelly's pinch hit for getting the inside lane. And Jimmy Shane not afraid to mix it up in there as well either.
And again, same scenario here we saw in the last heat. How hard do you want to run?
Yep.
How much do you want to lay out? Again, long day, still got another elimination heat to go after this one and the final. You got to make it to the final. You got to make it on the front row. You don't want to do anything silly. You just want to advance and make sure you're on the front row, the top row of that final field. You don't want to be one of the two trailers. You want to be up on the front line to try to do what you want to do in order to win the Gold Cup and this 111th running of the Gold Cup.
Everybody up to the upper corner. Well, that answers one of my questions. Is anybody going to cut the course early? But it's not just yet. J. Michael Kelly down, or Jimmy Shane, I should say, down. Across start-finish line. Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. J. Michael Kelly with 3 minutes to go. He is coasting across the start-finish line. Jimmy Shane hard into turn 1. Corey Peabody, he's coming down at a pretty good clip, heading to the lower corner. Shane in and out of turn 1. Kelly's picked up the pace, getting to the entrance pin now. Peabody down 240 before the start. And I would say if there's going to be any games, this is where it's going to start.
It'll start right now as J. Michael Kelly comes off the exit pin of 1 and goes up the backstretch. Corey Peabody will follow suit. Jimmy Shane up in front.
Headed up. Now, what's Kelly do?
We'll see. Will he go all the way up? Will he cut?
Yeah, no, he won't cut. Not yet.
Corey Peabody will go all the way up as well. I think if you're going to see somebody cut the course, it will be J. Michael Kelly coming down on this end this next time.
2 minutes.
With Jimmy Shane out in front of him. JMK can kind of pick and choose what he wants to do based on how much time he feels like he has to kill.
1 minute, 45 seconds until the start. 1:45 away.
Jimmy Shane coming down slowly.
Family and Millennium Tool.
Yeah, I think at this pace you can't afford to cut from front to back.
Yep. Here comes Jimmy Shane. Everybody running at about 80 mile an hour, give or take. Shane comes across start-finish line. J. Michael Kelly of the Tri-Cities comes across. You cutting out? Yep,
there he goes. I think that's too early, though.
He's at 1 minute and 10 right now, and he's going to have to scrub off a lot of speed.
Absolutely.
He's got well
Corey Peabody cuts.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So Peabody and Kelly both cut, and I believe JMK is way early. Peabody's probably better. Jimmy Shane, I think, is in the catbird seat where he's at.
I would say so at just under 50 seconds, but again, J. Michael Kelly he has got all kinds of time to scrub up. Now, we've seen him before. He's zigzagged before.
Yeah, he has. 35.
But the 80 mile an hour rule is not enforced right away. It's checked on the box with GPS after the heat.
25. So right now, Kelly in 1, Peabody in 2, Shane in 3. 20 seconds. Kelly's still early. He's out front, 14. Here we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Boy, it's close.
Boy, they hit it right on the
Oh,
bus.
my. It's under review as Jimmy Shane leads him across. And J. Michael Kelly will have the inside. Corey Peabody caught in a wall of water in the middle of those two, but Kelly gets there first. There's Jimmy Shane trying to come out in lane number 3 as they're through turn 1. Here comes Peabody, but now Kelly starts to stretch the lead out a little bit as they're halfway up the back straightaway.
It is J. Michael Kelly by a couple of boat lengths as they head up towards the bridge. It'll be Kelly on the inside, Shane in 2. Peabody trailing by about 3 rooster tails coming back, and now it's J. Michael Kelly that'll lead him into turn 2. J. Michael Kelly, Jimmy Shane, 1 and 2. J. Michael Kelly hooked a little bit up in the corner, and Jimmy Shane comes out side by side with J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities. It is the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street with the lead coming down the front straightaway. 1 lap down, 2 more to go. Jimmy Shane out of lane 3 across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line.
You're exactly right. J. Michael cut a couple of rollers up there, but he's trying to close the distance on the inside of the course as we're on lap number 2. There's Shane. There's Kelly. Kelly's moved over, but Shane with a nice turn. Pretty good. J. Michael Kelly, yep, pretty good. It was a good start.
There you go.
So there you go. So Kelly and Shane hit it right on the money, and J. Michael Kelly, rooster tail behind, trying to catch up to Jimmy Shane. Corey Peabody through turn 1 on this end.
Up towards turn number 2, it is Jimmy Shane with a 1 rooster tail lead over J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities. It'll be Shane to the corner first. It will now be Kelly to the corner after that. It is Jimmy Shane cutting his turn down just a little bit He'll cut the turn a little shorter this time, square it off. It'll be Jimmy Shane coming down the front straightaway. The white flag is out. He has stretched his lead out to 2 rooster tails now over J. Michael Kelly. Kelly's moved to the outside. Jimmy Shane will complete lap number 2 in the white flag. J. Michael Kelly in second. Corey Peabody in third.
Well, trying to get a little cleaner water as J. Michael Kelly's moved to the outside, but it's the longer way around. As Shane through the lower corner, looks pretty good. A couple of hops, but not too bad. Kelly down there right now hits a big hop, another big hop, but he successfully negotiates the lower corner. Corey Peabody crossing the start-finish line. He's into turn number 1, but Shane now stretching it out to 3 rooster tails, running away with Heat 2B.
Started on the outside, did Jimmy Shane, but he had a good amount of power going through him and J. Michael Kelly with a good first lap duel, but it was Jimmy Shane taking over on lap 1 in corner 2. Shane into corner 2 for the final time. He'll come off the exit pin of 2 and come down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Shane off the corner. Now Kelly will come off the corner. Checkered flag is flying. It is Jimmy Shane coming down towards the insurance buoys in the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street, winner of Heat 2B. Second place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8, Miss Tri-Cities. And third place will be Corey Peabody in the U9, Pinnacle Peak Consulting. And you hit the nail right on the head in the first turn. Corey Peabody a little tardy at the start, and all he had when he got down to turn 1 was a whole lot of water to deal with.
Oh, my goodness. He looked up, and it was nothing but rooster tails in the first turn. And because of that, you're exactly right. He had to go outside. He didn't have anywhere to go.
So it's Jimmy Shane with the first place finish. He and Andrew Tate with a perfect weekend of heat so far this weekend. Second place to J. Michael Kelly. Third again to Corey Peabody. The Goodman Real Estate presents Home Street Bank, the Miss Tri-Cities, and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting 1, 2, and 3 respectively. As always, pending tech inspection.
Write it in pencil.
Write it in pencil indeed. So Shane will come down, a winner in Heat 2B. So with that, we'll step away and take a break, and we'll talk to the winning driver coming up. You'll listen to the 2021 APBA Gold Cup Madison Regatta presented by Nucor Madison here on Works 96.7.
Dr. Luke.
Here in this heat, what a race by the hometown boat here. And a big 300 points for J. Michael Kelly in the U.S. Tri-Cities, Jeff. Thank you, Jordan Bear. And the story, of course, was in the milling period, the race before the race, as we mentioned that. And J. Michael kept through the infield, and you could
And as we roll through Heat 2B, and with that, our winner of Heat 2B, one Jimmy Shane. Another fun heat for the guy in the U1, the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank.
Andrew Tate, 2 for 2. Now Jimmy Shane, 2 for 2 on today. Heat 2B winner. Jimmy, man, how important was that start?
Oh, it was everything. I mean, we knew that we were going to try a strategy that might be questionable and see how the other teams reacted, and they reacted kind of the way that we expected, and so we were ready for it. It really came down to getting a flying start. I had a lot of speed at the start-finish line. We've got some really good timing marks, and I'm happy to come over with that heat. When it was tight, Mike has some straightaway speed, some serious straightaway speed in that 8-boat, and he pulled me a little bit going into the corner. But man, the Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street, Miss Madison, Unlimited Hydroplane. We had some corner speed this weekend. We got some serious corner speed. I'm excited to see what's to come for the next set of heats.
What was going through your mind when you saw the strong racing boats cut the corners and they were well ahead of you going into the start?
Not much. There's not much going through my head during the race. It's pretty empty inside. I tried to keep it as clear as possible. So, you know, all that at that point, all you have to do is react to the situation, and I think we did a pretty good job in that heat of reacting to what was thrown at us, and we kept our heads on our plan, on our game plan, and it worked out for us that heat.
So you're 2 for 2 today. What's it going to take to go 3 for 3?
Another win. One more win to go 3 for 3. We're just happy that we're out here racing. I mean, wins are great. Wins are great in Madison. It's more important to get the boats out and the fans something to look at, not only here in Madison, but online streaming. There's a lot of fans around the world watching us right now, and we're happy that we're putting on a good show for them.
Jimmy Shane, winner of Heat 2B. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Good job, Jimmy Shane. A victory in Heat 2B. And
the only thing that I can think of when he said nothing's going through my mind, what is it, the little kids always say, liar, liar, pants on fire.
That's right.
And there's nothing much going through my mind.
Wasn't thinking about lunch, I'm sure.
No, I was thinking about, did I leave the stove on or
right.
something? Yeah. Oh, always a trip.
Quickly counting up points, it is the U1 Goodman Real Estate presents Home Street Bank. They've accumulated 800 points of the weekend. Andrew Tate and the U12 Graham Trucking, they've accumulated 800 points on the weekend. The U40 Beacon Plumbing, Dave Bellwalk, 600 points for the weekend. The U8 Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly with a second and a third, 525 points for the weekend. The U9 Pinnacle Peak Consulting with 2 third-place finishes for Corey Peabody, 450 points, and the U11 J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen with 300 points on the weekend. That's our cumulative points as we sit right now, again, pending 2B tech inspection.
Correct.
That's where we're at right now.
Correct, and seem to have a lull in the action. Our next scheduled race would be Grand Prix Heat 3A, and that was supposed to go at 3 o'clock, but it is now
250.
So I'm guessing we're not going to go doing anything until 3:30. I can go check and come back, and that may give us an idea of what we need to do air-wise.
Apparently so.
Rob Connor has something, though.